Hey there, Capricorn. I hope you guys are doing wonderfully. I want to go ahead and get into your reading for the last portion of November 2020. And I want to say as well, these are general readings, so they're not going to resonate with every single person. If you find something that does resonate, the message is likely for you. Also, for folks that are finding the videos later, a year later, 6 months later, whatever it is, past this post date, no big deal. It's not an issue. I feel that readings on YouTube, general readings, are fairly timeless. So if you're finding it a year later or something that resonates, just go with it. The message is likely for you. So to get into your energy, let's go ahead. Show me energy for the sign of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of November 2020. Last bit of November 2020. Okay. So this is very much in alignment with what just came out. I had to restart your video just because somebody sent me a strange message. I want to cuddle with you, woo-woo. I don't want to cuddle with you, woo-woo, sir. But the Ace of Swords, we are cutting things out. It's clarity, communication. It's having epiphanies, understanding different things. You know, any blockage that you may have in your life, right now that's really giving you a lot of conflict, a lot of uncomfortable territory to navigate. It may be time to face that, Capricorn. I'm feeling that there's an aspect here where it's like we're facing fears or we're facing things that maybe we've tucked away for a while. This is gaining clarity within that energy. It's allowing things to change. It's being very conscious in the way that you clear energy. It's being very conscious in the way that you communicate your needs, or at least even think about your needs. Sometimes we need to have a revision of how we view ourselves and how we feel about ourselves, how we think, you know, or maybe even seeing something through a different lens. There's something here where we need to observe our lives, the way that we think or the way that we communicate to or about ourselves, and potentially to others too, in regard to what's best for us, you know. So speak of your needs, speak of the things that are most important to you, get to the bottom of what it is that's pressing for you. Okay. So you have the Hangman and the High Priestess coming out here together. Sorry about that. Blur, whatever. Hangman, High Priestess. Interesting, Capricorn. Bottom of the deck, Ten of Pentacles. So long time pursuit. This may be a situation in your life where we are taking a pause to communicate with somebody or get our words straight in regard to how we're going to execute something or communicate about something. It feels like there's been a fair amount of stagnancy. It's like I feel like I'm going within. Like it's just this withdrawal kind of energy. Some of you, I will say here, some of you that may be talking about alcohol, drugs, I'm feeling like withdrawal. And I feel withdrawing the self, but also the word withdrawal is coming through. There is an energy where we are needing to figure out what it is that we are cutting out, what it is that we're walking away from, what clarity do we have around a certain situation. The High Priestess is very much a spiritual card, you know, so when we take our pause, when we have time for ourselves to really get down to the bottom of what it is that we finally know that we need, it's a better way to execute it. It's like you have taken the time for yourself to communicate your needs, your wishes, your desires, and move forward. This could be dealing with a family member, a friend, somebody who's been in your life for many, many years. This could be dealing with a situation that you've been dealing with for many years, and there may have been either a holding period or some stagnancy around this. But through that, though, you've also gained a fair amount of wisdom. It's a spiritual change as well, and it allows you an in-depth look at something. So you have the King of Swords. So These were the two cards that came out when I first started your initial reading, and I had to can that reading because I was getting strange messages from someone. So I've got cat fur in my... Got cat fur on my hooker lips. I'm kidding. I don't have hooker lips. And you have the Eight of Cups in reverse. No glare. Eight of Cups. So with this energy, Capricorn, it could be dealing with an air sign, or this could just be you feeling very much empowered, emboldened, coming to a new sense of self, a new understanding. There's a clarity here within the way that you communicate what you need. And I like that. There's something here that feels like it's changed. It feels like either a new you or like, I didn't know this side of me. It feels like that. It feels like a new, like we're getting acquainted with something new here. With the Eight of Cups in reverse with this, this may be you, if you're not dealing with an air sign, this may be you coming back to something that you may have either put on the back burner a long time ago, a project, a pursuit. This could be business. This could be, you know, trying to get new work, new communications within work. Overall, though, it's about returning to something that was important to you, that maybe at a certain time you had to distance yourself from. Maybe it wasn't, you know, feasible, realistic. Maybe it wasn't paying the bills. But it feels like through a time away from something, or just simply finding a certain part of yourself that has been muted for a while, it feels like you're able to re-engage with something that you may have possibly released. So let's go ahead and check into that a little bit more. Show me this Ace of Swords here for Capricorn, please. So with that, you have the Seven of Pentacles here. So this is evaluations. It's consideration in regard to what you've already experienced, okay? You have the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. So aside from that, I'm not going to talk about the Hierophant right now. I feel like this is more important. Within this, this is about like the Seven of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. We're really cutting the fat, okay? We're looking at financial situations that maybe we're spending too much money or time on and they're just spinning their wheels. What is not returning to you, okay? I'm not talking about people and relationships, but like when you're putting your energy out there, when you're spending your money, what is not returning to you? What is not giving you back what you're putting out with it? There should be a, you know, I put my energy, I put my time, I put my money into this, and I should receive some sort of backflow, or, you know, you receive from that. But there's something here where it's like you've either had a backup, a stoppage, something's happened here where things have slowed down. So it's like you're able to piece things back together and really be discerning in regard to what you need to trim, like trimming the fat, thinning the herd, trimming the fat. It's that kind of energy. And it's being very clear about it now, because it feels like there's been a long stance of hesitation in regard to this, or just immobility in action, something just not happening because we're afraid to move forward. And also there's an aspect here within growth, as our spiritual growth happens, you know, that can take a long time too. And sometimes we need to retreat for that as well. I feel like this has been kind of a forced retreat though, in a way, or a self-imposed retreat. So again, you had it at the bottom of the deck. You now have the Ten of Pentacles coming out again with this. The Devil at the bottom of the deck, which is your energy, Capricorn, with the Hanged Man and the Ten of Pentacles here. This is something that you've taken yourself away from. It's something that you may have been engaged in the past, but you've removed yourself a bit, or it's something that you've put yourself on hold for. That is something that can stabilize your life to a considerable degree. This is money, this is family, this is people who are in your life that care about you, this is extra support, this is abundance in your pocketbook type of situation. You know, this also may be communicating with family members that have been with you for a long time in regards to what you need or how you let go of a person as well, or an aspect within a relationship. There's a lot of things that can happen with that. But with the Ten of Pentacles and this Hangman, it's almost as if like we are basically kind of like securing things, like securing things that are for you, securing things that you may have put aside that will be good for you. It's like opening up a treasure box in an attic. I'm getting a picture of like opening up like a, what do they call it, a trunk in an attic, and like you find something really amazing, or like you find some sort of, it doesn't have to be literally you find something. I just want it to come out. So you, sorry, I'm like, stop with all of this because it's happening too many things. Basically it's an energy, as what I'm feeling is if you're opening this trunk and you're like being reacquainted with something that maybe you would put on the back burner, or that there was something that was really there for you, and it's like a talent that you have, or like some sort of drive that you had, and I feel like it got dampened. It got dampened and then it got snuffed out, and it's like, how do we breathe life into that again? That's what I'm feeling. Show me the High Priestess. So for the High Priestess, you have the 10 of Cups. You now have the 10 of Pentacles. They're right next to each other. With the High Priestess upright and the 10 of Cups there, this is an energy that focuses on healing with people that are close to us, healing with our family, healing with our friends, healing the internal self, you know, the spiritual aspect, the place where we've been neglecting ourselves, our talents. I keep feeling like talents are something here that need to be paid attention to, Capricorn. Talents that, okay, so it said rival. So talents that rival others, or you may have a rival person through the things that you put out, your talents. So there's some reason that something got put away and it just like stopped. Either way, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, super, super positive energy in regard to that. Okay, super positive. Show me the King of Swords. So for the King of Swords, you have the Sun, you have the 8 of Wands, and you have the 4 of Swords coming out. Okay, so slow and steady wins the race, first of all. But the whole point of this is getting things going. It's about forward movement, no more inaction, no more holding yourself hostage, no more putting your talents away so that they're not going to be explored, or there's something here, Capricorn, that feels very positive in regard to how you express yourself through a certain talent or through a certain way of something. And it feels that it brings a lot of love, a lot of recognition, and a fair amount of money if you harness it in the right way. There are going to be times where you need to recharge, you need to take care of yourself, and you can separate from others. So you're not always on. I hear you're not always on. With the 8 of Wands here coming through with the Sun, this is about heavy positivity coming forward in a very, very fast way. There may be movement, you may be moving. This may be a literal situation that just shakes up your life where it may have been very stagnant before. The Sun is the most positive card in the deck. This is talking about the endeavors that you venture into are heightened. The endeavors that you commit yourself to are heightened and supported for you. These are things that are for you, and they're being presented right now. What it's talking about is that there's a fair amount of spiritual emotional growth, or at least awareness. It's always there, but it's heightened right now. I feel like there's like a lucky break here, Capricorn, or there's like a lucky situation here in regard to love and money, and also in regard to being satisfied in here. Okay. Yeah, a lot of quick moving, but also take your time. Slow and steady wins the race. So cultivate what you're doing, be intentional, be mindful. Also, I want to say too, for those of you who are dealing with something where you have a rival, or like there's not a rival like I've arrived, but like a rival gang or a rival enemy, somebody, it's like they're watching, or you need to fuck that. So what I'm feeling is that you need to pull your energy back so your content is not 100% on display, or like something where you're not just showing everybody everything. Like there's an aspect here where we need to kind of make things quiet, secret, clandestine. But it provides for you, and it's positive. Show me more. Show me this 8 of Cups. What is this 8 of Cups about in reverse? Because the 8 of Cups in reverse talks about going back to a situation or something that you may have let go of a while ago. And in reverse, generally we come back to it, but there's a lot of, feels like a lot of intention here. Yeah, you have the Ace of Cups coming out for the 8 of Cups in reverse. So I'll be 100% honest with you guys. I mean, I don't necessarily feel or see this as like a love reading. I would be honest if I did. I don't feel that. I feel that this is a more personal reading. It's about regaining what you love or loved at one point. The 8 of Cups in reverse with the Ace of Cups. You may have stopped doing something that you felt was integral to your life or that you felt very much akin to. And for some reason, something stopped, you know? That can come through depression. That can come through lack of money. It can come through loss of friends. It can come through a lot of things. Here we're reviving it. You have the Tower coming at the bottom of the deck here, and then the Lovers at the bottom of the deck underneath the Tower. So whatever this is, you're enacting it very quickly. There's a lot of shift and change happening here in a very rapid pace, at a rapid pace. And you're going to love it. There's something here that feels like you're going to love, or there's something here that others are going to love that you produce or bring out or share. I know that this feels like a vague reading and I feel kind of strange with it, but like, I don't know. It feels good. It feels like you're doing something very different or unique that only you can tailor it to or tailor to you. Give me more for the Ace of Swords and the 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, man. You have the 10 of Cups again, okay? 10 of Cups again at the bottom of the deck. You have the 3 of Wands. This is all about energy that you've been hoping for, wanting to. There may be a new opportunity with another person as well. It could be love, but also what I'm picking up is like partner, business partner, some sort of associate, some sort of like creative partner. Show me the Hangman and the 10 of Pentacles here for Capricorn. You have the King of Wands. So this is that get up and go energy. Okay, you guys, this is not about waiting anymore. It feels like there's been a fair amount of wait time, dead air, stagnancy. Things have not been moving in action. The King of Wands is somebody who initiates things in their life. They have purpose, they have desire, they have reason, you know, they have intention to create more. Very creative, highly, writer, entertainer type, you know, to a degree. Leader, social speaker, you know, whatever, written word, spoken word, whatever it may be, you know, there's a direction there, there's a purpose, there's growth that comes with this. Show me the High Priestess and the 10 of Cups. You have the 3 of Cups coming out. This is connection with people that you feel solid with, your friends, your family. This can also be talking about dates. This can talk about going out to dinner and having drinks or whatever. I'm not really seeing it that way, considering the time that we're in. I don't believe that we're going to be running out and going to get drinks with people, or at least if you're planning to, you might want to reconsider. But overall, what I'm feeling is that there's an aspect here, like a hidden treasure in regard to a connection with somebody that brings you a fair amount of success and happiness. I feel, though, that it's not just about like love or romance. I feel that this has other tied in connections. It may also give you a sense of love, or this could be somebody from your family or friends group or whomever that you love very dearly and that's been with you for a very long time. But I feel here that there's a fair amount of support by both people, you and somebody else. And overall, what it feels like is that there's a nurturing aspect here that leads to more and more and more. It's fun. It feels fun. This is a very different type of reading, Capricorn. I like it. I like it. It doesn't feel like all mucked down and heavy like some of the other readings. Dear God, Scorpio, Jesus. But it's always like that with Scorpio. Scorpio. Show me the King of Swords. Because you have the King of Swords, the 4 of Swords, the 8 of Wands, and the Sun. So show me a connection with that as well. So you have the Knight of Pentacles coming out with the 7 of Cups here. This energy is slow and steady. It's intentional. And here we have a situation where we have a clouded vision of something or a clouded way of seeing things in regard to what moves us forward. What has been blocking you? What are you afraid to do? Are you afraid to travel? Are you afraid to move forward with whatever you've been kind of keeping to yourself? If you don't have anything in your life that you're not trying to move forward toward, or something that you've kind of put really back on the back burner, if you don't have that going on, this might not be for you. But this is for somebody who is very much kind of been removed from a lot of things. And the Knight of Pentacles is basically telling me that your intention is to move forward. Your intention is to move towards the best possible outcome, or at least the hopes of a best possible outcome. But there is a bit of confusion in regard to the direction or the choices that you'll be making. And with that, with the 10 of Wands at the bottom of the deck, I want to say to you, Capricorn, that if you are having difficulties in regard to decision making in this new endeavor, in this new future move forward position, creativity, whatever it may be, again, pump the brakes. There's no reason to jam yourself into something that isn't right for you. This is all about intention. It's all about taking your time, and you will get to the right place when you need to be. If you have been doing something that has presented similar results over and over again, I would say let it go, because this is like a time to release and purge, especially in regard to things that, get in your way of creating more abundance, more friendship, more love, more creativity. I feel that there's a very big connection here with creativity. So I just want you to be mindful of when you're trying to introduce new ideas or come to a new decision or new understanding of something. Like, let's really be mindful to not repeat the past, or repeat past mental programming or like negative communication. It's okay, let it go. And if you're upset that you are confused by a decision or which one would be the best, take your time. Slow and steady wins the race here. There's no rushing here with this. What's for you is for you, okay? It will catch up to you. And when you are actively trying to work towards those things, it catches up with you much faster. All right, so show me the 8 of Cups here with the Ace of Cups. So you have the 4 of Pentacles and you have the 4 of Swords here coming out. So this is about foundation, okay? Foundation, where we also stagnate. It feels again like there's been a bit of stagnancy, or like you've put yourself on the shelf a bit. This may have been due to needing to heal from a situation. This may just be not feeling inspired. But what it's telling me is that we've kind of held on to that. It's kind of reached its expiration date. There's no more... Like, okay, so when the milk goes bad in the fridge, how the bottle puffs out? Well, if we leave it there, what happens? The bottle will keep puffing until it explodes, right? Something is exploding, or it's time to take that milk out. Whatever's going on, the stagnancy needs to be released. And I feel that with this combination too, there's a level of healing that's had to happen, or there's a necessity within health that's had to happen, which has potentially required some of you to cocoon or be away from a situation. But overall, I feel that it's time to release that. At the bottom of the deck, you have the 3 of Wands. This card talks a lot about receiving what you've put out within your intention. It's time to get it back, or it's time to at least put more out so you can have more coming in, But also with the Ace of Cups here, there's an aspect of healing your body as well. Healing your body as well, but it feels like you're coming back to something that you love. I feel like you're coming back to something, or you're like, how do I want to say that? Like fulfilling like a certain aspect of your life, or a path of your life that you may have like kind of diverted from or diverged from at some point. And now you're kind of getting back into focus. It feels like there's some sort of movement within that that's heavily supported. But it also requires you to allow that to happen. I feel like we're a little bit shell-shocked. It feels like trying to move forward, or trying to connect, communicate, move forward, whatever it is. There's a little bit of like, this is the world. You know, this is how it is. What's going on here? So it's kind of strange. Show me the Tower. The Tower, the Tower, the Sun. Don't worry about it. You know, as long as you put your effort in, as long as you are intentional in regard to the direction that you want to go in and what you are contributing to your experience, the rest of it is kind of in the bag. This is like a self-fulfilling situation. This is part of the path that it feels like you're supposed to go on if this message is resonating. Hidden talent, some sort of personal pursuit, creativity, writing, singing, acting, feeling like you are going to writing, feeling like you're going to be on stage or communicate things. There's some aspect here where you are, it's like what you give out is gold. Like what you give out is gold. And it hits you. It hits you real quick. It's coming for you, Capricorn. You can't get away from it. This is the kind of Tower moment that I appreciate. I mean, I appreciate all of them. They're all good lessons to learn from. But this, what I'm feeling in this reading, and when I'm picking up on the Tower coming out twice in this reading, with the Sun, this is guided. This is guided. This situation is guided and moving forward for you in a very positive way. I feel that it's kind of a shock to the system though, especially if you've moved really slowly in the past. If you've kind of been holding on to this energy and stagnating a bit, it's time to move forward now. It's time to heal. It's time to open yourself up a bit. And it's time to reclaim some of the things that you may have left by the wayside. Because there's something here that's really potent and powerful for you. Something that you're going to find a lot of contentment with. This is the Lovers at the bottom of the deck there, okay? So I feel like I need to get a card from this Denied Shadow Oracle. Can you show me here for Capricorn something, energy that resonates with this reading, this situation? Okay, so that's flying out. Ego, wearing a false self mask. Ego. Wearing a false self mask. That can come in a lot of flavors, okay? That can be ego that we don't want to, you know, you know what ego is. There's also sometimes where we don't allow ourselves to feel that. We don't allow ourselves to experience those things. Ego is not bad. Ego can be healthy. It depends on how you see it. I feel though that somebody's kind of stifled themselves a bit, you know. It may be through ego. It may be when it says you're wearing a false mask, what I'm feeling is if like you're wearing a mask, but once you take that mask off, then you're real. Or this is the facade that other people see. And it's not bad. It's just not representative of what is actually bubbling behind there, because what's bubbling behind this mask is grand. I keep getting, it's gold. It's gold. You're gold. It's gold. So, okay. Can you show me ego wearing a self mask? What is this? A false self mask. So we have the Four of Pentacles. Actually, we have a card that fell. Hang on one second. I need to dig down. Okay. So you have a couple of cards that popped out here, okay? I'm going to give you the first ones. You have the Five of Cups and the Five of Wands coming through here, okay? You have the Four of Pentacles. And you have Death. And you have the Empress and the Hierophant in reverse. So, Capricorn, with the Five of Wands and the Five of Cups, this is talking about conflict, being in conflict about situations that have left you feeling empty, things that you may have walked away from that are meaningful to you, that at one point they provided a fair amount of emotional satisfaction for you, and somehow we've abandoned it. The Four of Pentacles with that also is talking about, I don't know, I feel like this retreating into a shell type thing, or we're just kind of disappearing and allowing that phase to go out. It's like a phasing out, but like what phased us out? What caused us to go within? Why are we like disappearing here? I'm seeing like an image of a person disappearing. Five of Wands, Five of Cups, it's conflict in regard. It's like feeling like, so do you feel like this is something that you can't retrieve? Is this something that you feel like you can't bring back or breathe life into again? Because I feel you can, and I feel you're supported heavily for this, but there's an aspect here where we need to let go of this worry that things aren't going to either pan out, or it's going to be too much trouble, or it's just like a fluffy little dream. Like something about that is talking to me about, like, you know, there's a little goblin voice in your head saying, you know, don't do this, don't do that, this is not real for you. But then there's also that deep, it said there's that deep committed passion. Take those words, deep committed passion. Okay. The Death card here is all about transformation. It's change. It's allowing things to let go. The bottle here says everything expires. Real salmonella. Whatever has been dead and buried, that aspect of it is gone. There's a transformation. There's a knocking at the door. There's a change in the wind. There's something happening for you that I feel that you can be very much in love with. I don't necessarily, it could be a person. I mean, you have the Knight of Pentacles, the King of Wands. You know, you've got a lot of different cards here. I'm feeling that this is almost like a pursuit, though. You know, it could be with you and another person, or it could just be with you. But it feels like there's a pursuit that leads to something really, really helpful, very fantastic. And where it leaves you with this type of transformation is the Empress upright and the Hierophant in reverse. So it stabilizes your life. It causes an influx of abundance. It's something that is genuinely wanted and welcome in your life. It's where you are ready and steady in yourself to give to others, to be available, to be you're somebody that others come to. It's also a card of self-care, deep self-care. I'm hearing the word conditioning. So whatever conditioning means to you, I mean, it could be rewiring, undoing certain types of conditioning that you may have experienced, Capricorn, but whatever this is talking about, there's a change in the wind, and it's afoot. It's ready for you. With the Hierophant in reverse with this, though, too, I really want to encourage you to go go your own way. I'm like hearing like song, like lyric songs, like Carry On My Wayward Son. Go your own way. And the Hierophant in reverse is very much a card of going our own way. It's a card of choosing to separate yourself from the norm, separate yourself from situations and people that, you know, are either they've received a lot of indoctrination in regard to how it is that we are as people, you know, very traditional, very keeping up with the Joneses, very, you know, this is the way that it's done and it's always been done this way and blah, blah, blah. We're letting that go. There's something here that's really refreshing, and it helps you stabilize your life. And it's not by following the rules of others, and it's definitely not by what's that word? Conforming. This isn't about conforming to something. This is about going after what you love and really doing it. And you know what, with ego here too, I'm feeling this ego is not negative. This ego feels like it's healthy. It helps you. Maybe there needed to be more ego, and there wasn't in the past. Bottom of the deck for these two, you have the Ace of Pentacles. So whatever you're moving towards is quite good, quite abundant. Show me ego. No, too many cards and not the right deck. Okay, we're going to put that down. I'll get those later. Okay, the zombie deck. Show me ego. Okay. cards are awkward. Show me ego. Wearing a self-mask. Show me ego here for Capricorn, please. So for ego, you have the King of Wands and you have the Lovers. You have the King of Wands here. You do have, did you have the Lovers? I feel like you did. Maybe it was at the bottom of the deck. Either way, I feel like it showed up in here. This could be with a fire sign. There could also be a fair amount of passion within the exchange. Now, passion does not have to just equal sex and romance. Passion can be creativity. It can be pursuits. And it can also be sex and romance and lovely, yummy things. Overall, though, for this to be ego, you could have been dealing with a fire sign in regard to that, or an air sign with the Lovers here, but I'm sorry. I'm feeling that if you are like presenting things or being in the public eye, I keep feeling like public eye stuff. I feel like it's a persona. There's a persona. There's a persona here. Okay. I mean, that's all I'm getting with that. That's all I'm getting with that. You may have also in the past dealt with somebody who had a giant ego, which may have turned you off in regard to things, but I don't feel that as heavily as the rest of this stuff. Can you give me a card here for Capricorn regarding this reading? Miracles and blessings. Everything has its gift. Miracles and blessings. Everything has its gift. What are your gifts? I feel like we are opening up a treasure trove of gifts. Opening up gifts. Opening up something. I feel like I said something like that earlier in this reading. Something that we like rediscover about ourselves, or like hidden talents or something like that. I think I said. Anyhow, Capricorn, this is not a bad reading. It's a unique energy, and whomever this is for, I really hope that you are successful in whatever you pursue. Heavily supported. Get out of your mind about things. There's enough time that has been given as far as removing yourself or keeping yourself at bay or keeping yourself in a position of stagnancy. You know, it might be time to spread the wings and actually claim what's yours. There's something about your golden, or something that you're giving or experiencing here, contributing, is golden. So you're golden, Capricorn. I hope that this was helpful. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. If you choose to donate to my channel, there's a link in the description box below. And if you are seeking a personal reading, you can contact me at thealtruisticmystic@gmail.com, and I will write you back. All right, take care, Capricorn. Good luck. Bye-bye.